I'm Sherman Rowland with Highland Park, and I'm going to talk to you about the setup of your shaping machine, what you need to do when it gets out of the box. In this unit, I've uncrated it. You'll see that I don't have a wheel in here, so bring the camera forward so they can see. So there's no wheel installed. This is where your grinding wheel will go, and then with the two flanges on both sides. The accessories for the unit, the handle and the pins that hold the stoner down in the tray. So basically what you'll want to do is pop the handle out, unwrap it, and this handle here, this goes on the end of the shaft. You'll note that there's this bolt that you undo, and then you screw the bolt into the handle. And that handle, when you turn it, opens and closes the jaw. You'll also notice that there is a little handle here. This little handle threads into the front of the machine. This lifts and lowers the head, so when you clamp your stone, you can then lower the head down. So what we're going to do is we're going to install the handle, and then install the other stuff, and then show you how to clamp a stone in there. You'll see there's another package as well, and this has the little pins that you screw onto the two little shafts here, and these pins are what you use for clamping the stone for the shaping machine, as you saw in the video. It's a little bag of pins. It's essentially like a phenolic rod material, which we sell. We have replacements for this, because you will wear this part out. But basically, you open this up. I'm going to just grab a couple of pins just to illustrate how to put this together. These are two pins, they're threaded, and these thread onto these shafts. So one pin on that side. I need to actually move this out, and this pin goes on this side here. And in between there, so this works like a vise in essence, that you will put your piece of your slab in there and then turn the handle to crank it. So, okay, we're going to show you how to install a wheel on the shaping machine here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the head up, and you'll see that your unit has two flanges. Now sometimes you'll have a wheel that has flanges built into the hub, like the one I'm going to put on, and then I don't need these two flanges here. So I'm going to pull my flanges off. I'm going to take this wheel, which you can see is a nice profile wheel. This is for body jewelry. Slip this right inside, down the shaft, slip it onto the shaft here, and I'm going to hold this shaft, and it's a snug fit, so you want to kind of turn it to get it to go on. There we go, my wheel's on. Then I'm going to take my nut and tighten my nut up. Now you'll see underneath here, put the camera there, you'll see that there is a flat on the end of the arbor shaft. So I can put a wrench on there to hold the shaft from turning and then tighten this up. And I'm not going to do that right now, but the way I was going to snug this up is a wrench here, tighten the two up. So now that I've got my wheel on there, there's a couple things to know about the shaping machine and how it works. So the piece of stone actually goes right here, and this works like a vise. If you bring the camera over right here, when I turn this, you can see that clamps and pinches the slab, and I don't have a slab handy. I'd show you that, but that's what you pinch with. And then you'll see this knob here on the side. If I turn this, this moves the head right to left. So sometimes you'll have a wheel, you want to be centered above that wheel, so I'm going to turn this knob, and this is actually going to change the side shift of the head in order to have the slab right in the center. Now, if I have a wheel that has multiple cutting surfaces, like if you buy one of the rondelle wheels or that, you'll find we'll actually put 3 or maybe 4 cutting surfaces, so when you wear out one, we can put another one in. That allows you to move your wheel across, your pieces across. So that's my side shift right there. To get the unit started, the coolant will come through here, and that comes from the pump that's down below. As you saw, we have a pump in the bottom, and that you'll put your coolant down there. The head, when you turn the unit on, and I won't do that right now, but when you turn it on, the wheel will spin, but the head will not turn until I lower the head down. And when I lower the head down, then that'll start turning the wheel. Now you'll need to set your stop on your head because if you'll see that right here, if I drop my head all the way down, I'm going to be actually grinding through my pins. So that's what this bolt is here for, is this sets the stop. If I'm doing a round piece, I'll set the stop with this. I can alternatively, I can raise this knob up, and this sets the location of when I'm going to stop. So in this particular case, if I wanted my center line of my piece to be right there, I would set this to that location, and that's going to turn. If I want to increase the size of the piece, I just raise this, turn this knob up more, and that scales the size of the shape. Now you can put a camshaft on the end of this. I'm going to go grab a cam, and I'll show you where that goes. And the cam then will take whatever that shape of that cam is and duplicate it against the wheel. So it'll make your slab the same shape relatively to the... So when you look at the end of the shaft, this would be a cam. This would be a hex cam. This would be doing like a massage wand. This would go right on the, goes right on the end of the shaft. And then there is a M6 screw that comes with your unit that tightens down to hold the cam on. And then by dropping the, when this head is moving, that cam will then lift and lower the head and basically articulate the piece I'm doing here to duplicate the shape that I have here. So that's the way, the basic way that the machine works. You'll also note here we've got a speed control. This goes from slowest to absolutely fastest here. This turns on and off the head. So the light will still be on when you turn the unit on, but you need to flick the switch in order to have the head be spinning. And the spinning will only happen when you lower this handle. Inside the unit, if you look over here, you'll see there is a switch, a micro switch there. And when I drop that head down, that switch engages and that turns power to the head, and that makes the head turn. So that gives you some of the basic ways that the machine works. Unfortunately, I don't have a slab. I would show you that right now, but I've just unpacked this to get some folks up and going fast.